See, oh, we're arrow strong together. Oh, and we're not social distancing. I'll get back. Back up. Okay. All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to do a little stretching today because it's Thursday, and that's the way it goes on Thursday. I just impromptu that. Okay, so we're going to kind of start from the bottom and work our way up. So I personally am going to take off my shoes. I don't know that you'll be able to see my feet, but I've taken off my shoes. I have one pink sock and one green sock. Of course, as usual, they match. So I'm going to give you a little bit of homework too with this, okay? So if you are in your apartment and you're thinking, boy, what should I do today? You're going to have this fun thing to do. So what we know about the human body, this is again, Michelle Schmeling, just talk. She talks a lot. So our upper body and our lower body are mirror images of one another. So what our hands can do, our feet should also be able to do. But what we do is we have this habit of shoving our feet into shoes, and they get very immobile, very stiff. So when they flex and move less, it makes us more unstable when we walk, when we stand, because we're losing that mobility. So the more mobility we can gain in our feet, the better off we are balance-wise and really health-wise. So for those of you who know me or have had an opportunity to be with me live and in person, sometimes, remember I gave you those balls? So a tennis ball or a dog toy, maybe if you can get that away from the dog, or a lacrosse ball, it's good to kind of use that on the floor and put your feet on it, whether you're seated or standing. It's a good way to kind of get some mobility into your feet. I'll probably do a little video on that you can look at another time. So what I want you to do first is, again, if you haven't taken off your shoes, just imagine you have. If you have a towel, a washcloth, or a hand towel that you can put on the floor, and with your bare feet, what I'd like you to do, this is homework, is try to pull that towel towards you using your toes, all right? So that's your homework, is putting a towel on the ground and then scrunching your feet up and try to bring it, so you flatten it out, and then I want you to try to bring it towards you using just your toes, all right? That's your homework. For right now, I want you to go ahead and just kind of spread your toes out as wide as you can. So if you have your shoes on, that's fine. You're still trying to make your feet nice and wide, your toes, getting that distance between each toe so they're not touching anymore, all right? And then I kind of want you just to wiggle them. So starting with the baby toe, kind of lift up and then work your way to your big toe, and then do the opposite. So we're just kind of moving the toes, lifting them maybe independently as we do with our fingers. All right, so we're just kind of moving the toes, right? Nice. And then we're gonna just start to rock the feet a little bit. So again, I'm gonna lift my toes. I have my weight in my heels, and then I'm just gonna push my foot down as if it were a rocking horse or a little spine. And I'm gonna lift my heels. So I'm pressing my toes down. I'm just gonna angle the camera down so you can see what my cute little tootsies are doing. So here we go. So I'm rocking horse them down. So I come up onto my tippy toes, and then I try to bend my foot as much as I possibly can, and then I lift my toes up. So I work through my foot. I'm trying to push my arch onto the floor, and then I lift my heels. I press down through my whole foot, and I lift my toes. Maybe I wiggle my toes a little bit when I'm up here. Good. And then again, I'm going to reach down, pressing through my foot and back again. So nice, easy rocking motion. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a circle. I'm going to let my feet roll away from each other. So on the outside edge of both feet, each foot, and then coming back through around. So I'm moving my foot, my knees can move, but I'm trying to get a little bit more movement out of my ankles. Right? So I'm rolling my foot out and around. We're just gonna do a couple more like this, and then we're gonna switch the direction. And then we are gonna add just some ankle rotation, and I'll lift the camera again so you won't have to look at my knees. So we're gonna come back onto your tippy toes and then roll through the inside of the foot. Oh, Michelle's getting a toe cramp. I don't know if you are, but if you are, welcome to the club. So yes, I too wear shoes. So I'm trying to get a little bit more mobility out of my cute little feet, right? Remembering that your socks don't need to match mine to make this work. It works regardless of the sock color. It's true. Reaching around. Okay, we're gonna do one more here. Out and around. And then again, I'm just gonna kind of roll forward and back, forward and back. I'm coming towards the camera, so I'm gonna lift it slightly high again. All right, so now I'm gonna just stick my foot out. Sorry. If you do not have the mobility to do that, you can again leave it on the floor. But I want you to imagine now that you're putting your foot into a jar of peanut butter. And I know, right, spatula? And I want you to think about trying to articulate your ankle and move your foot in a circle as if you were trying to scoop all of the peanut butter out of the jar. Noticing any area where it doesn't quite move as round as you would like. So I'm reaching, I'm moving from my ankle. My leg can move too, but I'm more thinking how much movement can I get out of my ankle as I scoop that peanut butter out. I'm going to switch the direction. So now I'm scooping my foot as if it were a spatula in that jar of peanut butter. Why does it have to be peanut butter? Because peanut butter is kind of sticky and smooth, and I really want to imagine that I'm using my foot as that spatula type of blade, kind of not sharp, but really reaching. Good, one more like that. And then I'll go ahead, I'll set that foot down. I'm gonna stretch out my right foot, same thing. Again, if I wanna hold it, if it's on the ground, that's fine too. But I'm trying to reach, less mobility here, right? So I'm scooping, I'm moving my foot as if it were digging into a jar of peanut butter, right? I'm scooping it around and around and around. By the way, I'm breathing, right? So I'm inhaling here and exhaling through the mouth. Good. One more, and then we're gonna reverse that circle. So I reach up and around. I'm trying to get as much mobility out of my ankle as possible. Remember, your ankle should move just like your wrist. Really? Yeah, really. So I'm really taking advantage of this moment to really figure out what moves more freely, my ankle or my wrist? And what could I do to make my wrist and my foot a little bit more flexible? I'm gonna just do a couple in the other direction again here, rotating around just with the foot. I'm doing my hand too because that's what I do. Good. And then let's go ahead and we'll just set that down. Okay, that's good, we like that. I want you to go ahead and extend that right leg out again. So now I'm gonna reach, I have a slight bend in my knee, and I'm just gonna tap my toe, right? My heel is down, I'm tapping my toe. Like I'm playing the drums, right? I always want to be a drum player, I'm not. So I'm patting and tapping my toe up and down, up and down, up and down. Good. I have a bend in my knee, so my leg is not fully extended yet, all right? And then I'm gonna switch it off to the right. So I'm tapping to the right, just tapping to the right. My heel stays down, but my toes are off to the right, and I'm still tapping, like I'm waiting for someone. Come on, she's late again. And then I'm gonna tap to the left. So now my toes are heading across my body, right? And I'm tapping, just tapping, 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 good. And then back to center again, tap it forward. Tap, tap, tap. Two more. Happy, tapioca. Okay, now I'm gonna bring that leg in, still bent. I'm gonna extend my left leg slightly. I still have a bend. This is not a full extension. We're gonna get to that next. I'm just gonna tap, tap, tap. Thinking, could I pull my toes a little higher each time towards my face, right? I'm trying to get an increase in my range of motion here, right? Yes, tappy, tappy, tapioca. I'm not a big fan of tapioca, I have to tell you. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tap my foot off to the left, tap. Ooh, the side's a little tight. It is. So it's going up and down. My heel stays down, my toes are tapping. Again, my breath, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tap my foot over to the right. So my toes are going to the right. My heel is staying where it is and I'm tapping up and down, up and down. Okay, so we're doing this, we're breathing. We remember the homework that I gave you. I'm gonna give you more homework later. Oh my gosh, Michelle, why? Because that's what I do. I tap, and then again, back to center and tapping it up and down, tapping it up and down. Okay, yeah, got it? Hi. All right, now, go ahead, bring that foot back in. Now I'm gonna extend my leg. So my right leg is gonna reach out. Now I have no bend in my knee. I'm pulling my toes back towards my face. I'm thinking a happy thought here. All right, so now my toes are gonna stay up, long leg, toes up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let my toes drop over to the right. All right, I'm still pulling my toes back towards my face. I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm not rounded, I'm looking tall. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. And then we're gonna rotate the toes off to the left, heel down, still pulling the toes to me. There's no tap and my leg is long. There's no bend in my knee. I'm still breathing and exhaling. Good, one more time, off to the right. My toes are off to the right. I'm pulling my belly button up into my spine. I'm sitting up nice and tall. Good, and then again, coming back through center, letting the toes come to the left. We got it? Oh yeah. Okay, so now, toes come back to the center. I drag that leg back in. I push my left leg out. Again, long leg, there's no bend. The toes are pulling towards me. I sit up nice and tall. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. I'm pulling the toes back towards my face. Not rounding, I'm sitting up tall. We're gonna change that in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and let my toes go off to the left. So I am staying nice and tall. I see there's blue sky today. Yay, unlike yesterday. The sky's very blue. I can't quite see the crane that's behind me, but we'll get that. And then we're gonna go ahead again, pass it through center, and then my toes go off to the right. Ooh, I get a big stretch in my peroneal muscles. I don't know about you. So the sides of my feet. Why? Because I lift my toes a lot. Good, inhaling and exhaling. Easy breath, right? Nice and stretchy. We're gonna come back through center, one more each side. So now my toes, they're going off to the left, my heel's down, I'm sitting up taller. I'm breathing more in through my nose, out through my mouth. Remember, I'm still doing that toes back up, that posterior lateral breath. So I'm breathing wide. Last time, toes off to the right. Happy thoughts, long leg. Try to pull the baby toe back towards your face as much as the big toe. So don't let the big toe do all the work. The baby toe's gotta work as well. And then again, bring those toes back up, drag that leg in. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pushing my right leg out, okay? Here comes the stretch. I'm sitting at the edge of my seat because I'm so excited, and it helps with the stretch. So I'm going to hinge towards you. So I want you to lean towards me. I do not want you to round your back. I don't want you to look at your toes. I want you to look at me. I'm looking at you, you look at me. Pull the toes back towards your face as much as possible. Hinge forward. This is a calf and hamstring stretch. You want to feel this on the back of your leg. My hands are resting comfortably on my left leg. All right, keep pulling the toes back toward your face. And then again, I'm going to drop my toes off to the right. I'm still hinging. So my chin is up, my chest is open. I'm not rounded. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. Good, and we're breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, we'll bring those toes up to the ceiling. bring those toes off to the left. So I'm still pulling my baby toe. This is where my baby toe likes to pull away. We call it a sickling action of the foot. I want you to pull the baby toe as much as you can so you can see your whole foot. Baby toe as much as big toe. Hinging, don't round. Again, let that foot come back to center. Bend the knee, come all the way in. We'll go ahead and stretch that left leg out nice and long. No bend in the knee. And then keeping your chest up, open, keeping your chin up. I want you to lean towards me. Lean, lean, lean. Relaxing the shoulders. Happy thoughts. We got it. All right. So I'm looking at you. I feel a stretch in my hamstring and in my calf, right? I'm not slumping over. I'm looking up, 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 up. I'm going to let my toes go out to the left side. So my heel is down, my toes are going outside, and I'm pulling my baby toe back as much as my big toe. While I continue to look at you, you look at me. I flossed twice today for you, and I used my smart mouth. You know, I like to have a smart mouth. Okay, keep pulling the toes back towards your face. Let the toes come back up towards the ceiling, and then again, dropping to the right. Now, pull that baby toe back towards your face. It wants to sickle away. We don't want that foot. We don't need that tendon and those ligaments to get any longer. We're trying to keep them active. That will keep us from falling down. I love not falling down. Don't know about you, but that's how I am. Yes. And then again, we'll go ahead and bring those toes back up to the ceiling and then drag it back in. All right. So now we're going to do a little bit of a stretch for the inner thighs. So I'm going to have you go ahead and walk your legs out slightly. I want you to press with your right hand in your right thigh, and you're going to push your leg away, and you're going to start to look over your left shoulder, right? So I'm pressing away. So I'm looking out. Now I'm looking out my window. I see the garbage cans, and I see that blue crane. All right, so I'm stretching my inner thigh. My back is starting to get a little twisty too, which is good, right? I'm breathing and exhale, blowing it out. One more, nice big inhale here, and exhale, blowing it out. I'm coming back through center. Hi. Woo, I'm getting warm. All right, so same thing, we'll do the other side. So my left arm is gonna press against my left thigh, and I'm going to twist ever so slightly. So I'm pushing my leg away. It gives me an inner thigh stretch. And then I'm going to gaze towards over my right shoulder. I'm just going to kind of look behind and see what's going on over there. I'm breathing. Inhaling. Could I make my ribs expand a little bit with each breath? Exhale. One more breath here. Inhaling. Press, 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 press. Exhaling. Beautiful. Coming back through center. We're going to get a little more dynamic with that. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to press that leg away. I'm looking over my left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Come back through center. Again, I switch sides. Push that leg away. Look over your shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming back through center. All right, we're going to do that with a little flow. So I'm going to push it away. My head is lifted. My gaze is over my shoulder. And I'm going to exhale and come back through center. I'm going to stay on the same side. Inhale, pushing away, looking over my shoulder. Exhaling, back through center. Inhale, push and look. Exhale, back through center. One more. Inhale, push and look. Exhale, back through center. I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to inhale, push that leg away, look over my right shoulder. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, push, look over the opposite shoulder. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, push and look. Exhale, back through center. And one more. Inhale, push and look. And then come back through center. Nice. Okay. Bring the legs in a little bit. We're just going to kind of let them shake out a little bit. So here again, we have an opportunity for some modification. We're going to do a glute stretch. So we're stretching your assets. If You have the mobility in your hips. This is not changing anything below the knee. The knee will stay at the same angle. It is a hip stretch. If you have the mobility to cross your right foot over your left knee, this is where you'll be. If you don't, you can either, when you do this, maybe if you have a chair nearby, you can kind of set your foot on a chair, okay? If you can't bring your hips so high, I have a little suitcase. So maybe this is the motion. So it's not quite as high. If that doesn't work for you, you can just turn your leg out to the side, okay? Again, this is a hip stretch. I'm stretching my right glute, okay? So I'm gonna start here. I'm sitting up nice and tall, all right? I already feel a stretch here. My gaze is at you, your gaze is at me. I'm avoiding the joint, but I'm gonna hinge forward again. I am not looking down, I'm looking at you. If your foot is on that table, right? I still get that hinge forward, looking at you, you're looking at me, right? If it's on the floor, that's fine too. I want you to try and get a stretch here. This is where we're stretching your butt, not my butt. Well, yeah, my butt too. So we're stretching that hip. Again, if you have the mobility, this has nothing to do with your knee. If you have knee replacement, this is still a 90-degree angle. We are not compromising your knee at all, not a knee, right? I'm hinging forward. I'm getting that stretch in the glute, not contraindicated for a knee replacement. It is not. Same movement. All right, we'll go ahead carefully undo that. Do the same thing on the left side. Again, if you have the mobility to do it. If you don't, we have options, right? Either that table or on the floor. So again, gaze stays lifted. Do not round your back. If you round your back, you're gonna miss the stretch of the glutes. With glute tightness, right, we get low back pain. So that's why we're stretching your butt. This is a very important stretch for all of us, especially if we have low back pain. It generally comes from the glutes, all right? So again, I'm hinging forward. Where your leg is up to you, not contraindicated, right? This, I'm not pulling my leg in, right? I'm not bending here. It is 90 degrees, so it doesn't matter here. The change comes from my hip. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. This is why I wish I could be there and touch you and put you where I want you. All right, one more time. Nice big inhale. I want you to lean towards me as if I'm going to tell you a secret, which I am. Doing your glute stretches is very important. Every day, this needs to happen. It can happen in your bed. It can happen when you're sitting here. It can happen all over the place. Glutes, glutes, glutes. It's all about glutes, right, Amanda?
Yeah.
Amanda needs to stretch her glutes more. We're working on it. Okay.
I carry all my stress in my glutes.
Yes. So lots of us, this is Michelle anecdotally just talking again. So for people who tense their jaw, we're working our way up there. I carry, as does Amanda, as do many people, I carry stress in my glutes. So when I'm tense, I squeeze my butt and it creates pain. It's a thing. So it is a pain in the assets. Okay, sit up nice and tall again. Uncross that leg. Everybody feel okay? So again, we're stretching here. It doesn't affect the knee joint at all, I promise you. All right? Let's add a little bit of movement here because I feel like we need to add some movement. So I'm going to start reaching my left arm across my body, right? I'm stretching it out. Inhaling, we're kind of flowing now. Ooh, we love the flow. I know we do. We love the flow. I just want to give you opportunities to feel different stretches that you can do on your own because that's important, right? Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Just a couple more here. I am starting to make my arm kind of circle because I feel a bigger stretch in my shoulder. How about you? Yeah? Reaching, good. Just a couple more here. Reaching, and one more. Reach and pull. Good. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to take that right arm across. So it's little first, right? It's just a little reach and pull. I'm reaching and pulling. And then I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger. Inhaling and exhaling. Ha. Inhaling and exhaling. Really flow, like you're magical. Because you could be magical. Magic. I love it. Mm-hmm. Are your feet still relaxed? Are they moving, just relaxing? Because they should be. Just a couple more here. Reaching and flowing. Good. One more. All right. Now I'm going to reach and I'm going to hold it. Back to your left arm. I reach, and now I want you to look at the end of your fingertips, and I want you to try to reach out without the shoulder coming up to your ear. So no, yes, no, yes. Reach. Pull the abs in and reach the fingertips a little further. Make sure you're plugging your hips down so you're not coming out of your seat. You're stretching nice and long. Good, 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 good. And then go ahead and pull it back in. I'm going to reach with my right arm. I'm reaching across. Shoulder down, not up. It's down, not up, down. And then reach, stretch. Push your hip back into your seat, your chair, as you reach your fingertips. Stretch, stretch, stretch. I'm getting long lines of stretching here, right? Reach, 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 reach. Good. And then go ahead and bring it back in. Nice. All right. You can do this next stretch, standing or seated. It is either your hip or your heel. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reach my right arm up to the ceiling, okay? My fingertips are reaching up to the ceiling. If I'm standing, I want you to press your right heel down more. If you're seated, I want you to press your right hip down more. I want you to feel like your bottom or your foot is pushing into the ground and your fingertips are reaching up to the ceiling. I want you to feel long on that right side. Long, 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 long. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more. Reach the fingertips up. Drive the heel of the glutes down. And exhale. Good. Let's switch the side. Left arm reaches up, 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 up. But heavy the heel or the hip. And stretch even more. So really lengthen the whole left side of your body like you mean it. Relaxing the shoulders. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good. One more. Inhaling, reaching up, and exhaling. And bring it all the way down. Nice. Okay. Legs come in a little bit more. We're going to add a little bit of rocking and rolling here on the side. So like we're on a ship, right? And I'm reaching my fingertips down to the floor, but my hips stay heavy. So my spine gets to move, right? I'm flexing my spine from side to side. Oh, Michelle, I like it. I know, me too. So I'm thinking about the crown of my head staying, so it's as if I were between two panes of glass, forward and back. So I'm not rocking forward. I'm simply going from side to side. And I'm trying to stay tall as I go side to side. I'm reaching my fingertips down to the ground. My shoulders stay back. I'm looking at you. You're looking at me. And I'm just getting a little bit of flexion side to side. Just a little bit. All right? We're going to do a couple more like this, and then we're going to add a twist to it. No, not a twist. Yes, a twist. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop my right arm down, right? I'm tilting to my right. Now, ever so gently, I'm going to start to move my gaze towards the floor, to the right. So I'm looking down. A little flexion with a twist. And then I'll go ahead. I'm going to come back. I'm going to look at you. You're looking at me. We come back up. I drop that left arm down ever so slightly. I'm in that little lateral flexion. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to twist towards the floor. In my case, I'm twisting towards the sofa. Good. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to face you. You're facing me, and we'll come back up. If you want to make this bigger, you could have your hands behind your back. What? Not like you're under arrest, because you're not. In which case, I'm just going to tilt. I'm still between two panes of glass, right? And then I twist. I'm going to look towards the floor ever so slightly. Lateral flexion, then with a twist. Good. Inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Hi, and come all the way up. Let's do that again. Again, arms can be down, a little bit of twist, I'm going to tip myself over to the left. I am staying nice and tall. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. And then I twist from the waist, add in the twist at that lower lumbar spine. Twist, 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 pull the abs in. I untwist, inhale, exhale, come back up. Let's do that one more time. Again, your arms can be wherever you want. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. This is how I'm built. All right, and then I'm going to twist again towards the floor. I may be getting a little bigger in my movement. Yeah, Michelle, I think you are. Thank you. And then back through center. Inhale, exhale, back up. Last time. I drop that left elbow down. My right elbow feels like it's reaching to the ceiling. I'm that little teapot. And then I twist towards the floor, twisting towards the sofa. Oh, my sofa, the sofa. Oops, glasses just came on. And then go ahead. Again, I'm looking at you. You clearly are looking at me. And then we'll go ahead and bring it back up. I'm going to take my glasses off because I don't need to see those anymore. All right, again with the reaching. I'm going to go ahead and take my right arm and I'm going to reach across my body. You with me? Yep. And then up and around. I'm going to stay on this side. I'm inhaling. I'm reaching across my body and then up and around. Just a couple more like that. I'm reaching across and then up and around. My lower body is stable. One more. Reaching across and up and around. Now, I'm going to allow it to get a little bigger. So now I might have a little more movement. I reach my right arm across and up and around. Woo! I'm following, my gaze is following my hand. I reach, I lift up and around. Oh, yeah. I reach, I lift up and around. Oh, opening the front of the chest is beautiful. One more. Reaching and up and around. Ooh, nice. Okay, left arm. Little first, right? So I reach and up and around. But it's little. I'm staying stable. My lower body is still stable. I'm reaching. I reach up and around. Yeah. Hi, y'all. Reaching, scooping the belly. My hips are heavy. Up and around. Not too big, just big enough. I still feel the work. I still feel this active stretch as I reach my arm up. Okay, now we're going to get big. Are we ready? Yes! All right, reach and up and around. I'm following my hand. My gaze follows my hand. Where are we going? Oh, up to the ceiling and out towards the trash can. Yeah. Reaching and up and around. We got it. One more. Stretching, reaching, up and around. Okay, so we're going to slow this a few more times. We're going to stick on the right for 4 and then move to the left. I want it big and fabulous. I want you to fully feel this. So really start to relax. We're going to inhale for the front part and exhale for the back part. Here we go. I'm inhaling, I reach, exhaling up and around. There's one. Reach, pull, open the chest, open the abs, follow your hands. Yes, Again, reaching, follow your gaze. Your gaze follows your hand. There we go. Michelle, say what you mean what you say. Good. And reaching, last time on the side, up and around. Switch the hand. Left arm reaches across, up and around. Woo! My lower body is super relaxed. It's flowing with me. Inhaling, exhaling. Again, inhale, reaching out like you're casting the net. What? Good, last one. Reaching out, exhaling, up and over. Beautiful. All right, let's bring it back through center. We're just gonna roll the shoulders. Rolling the shoulders. We're doing one at a time. Why? Because I said we're doing one at a time. Oh, okay. So now, could I again enlist the help of my whole body? So look at me, look at me. I'm reaching. Now, you're not gonna be able to see my feet very well, but guess what? I'm lifting my heel. So as I roll my left shoulder, I'm lifting my left heel. As I roll my right shoulder. So my whole body is getting into this. What? Yeah. So I'm reaching, I'm twisting at the waist, I'm flowing the breath in. Inhaling, inhaling, exhaling, exhaling. We got it? Nice and big. And exhaling and exhaling. Just a couple more here. We got this. Mara's breathing, breathing, exhaling, and exhaling. Okay, just a couple little more roundy spine things, and then we're done, I promise. All right, so I'm gonna have my hands resting on my thighs. I'm coming to you, you're coming to me. I inhale forward. I'm gonna round my back. Moving away. I'm moving towards you, extending. You see me, I see you. My back is arched this way, right? And then as I exhale, I round my spine up, side view. Inhaling, reaching out, flat. Exhaling, rounding back up, right? And my head follows, because you know how I like my head to follow me wherever I go. Rounding the spine. Now, if you would like to add a little bit more, as you come down, you can push into your legs to help round your back and push you back even more.
Oh, that was good.
I know! Spinal extension and flexion. Oh, it is so good for us. Especially if you're Mara's age. Okay. And round it back up. Just a couple more here. Reaching and stretching. Keep your gaze lifted like you mean it. And then you get to drop and round. One more like that. Inhaling, reaching forward. I gotta tell you a secret. You're awesome. Exhale, round it back. That's probably not a secret, right? Okay, go ahead, walk those legs back in. We're gonna reach the arms down. Mara's got a project. Okay, reach those arms, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the shoulder blades together. We'll go ahead and you're gonna take that left arm over your right arm. Give yourself a nice big hug here. I'm gonna add a twist here because we can. So I'm twisting side to side. I'm imagining that I'm a corkscrew. I'm a cork, right? And somebody's trying to get me out of the bottle. So I am trying to pull myself up out of the bottle. Up, 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 up. So I'm getting tall. I'm floating my rib cage away from my hips. Twisting, twisting, getting tall, twisting, getting tall, twisting, getting tall. I'm gonna hold it here, and then I'm gonna roll my shoulders up and around for one. I'm gonna roll my shoulders up and around for two. And I'm gonna roll my shoulders up and around for three. I'm gonna set my shoulders down and back, give myself a pat on the back, because I'm a bottle of wine, a fine bottle of wine. Reach those arms out again. Stretch, 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 stretch. And again, now I'm gonna bring my right arm over my left arm, give myself that big hug. And again, so I'm not scrunched down, right? I am trying to get taller, not because my shoulders are moving into my ears right now, but because my rib cage is floating up. My hips are pressing down. I'm getting taller in my side body. So I twist. I'm trying to get myself a little taller. I need all the height I can get. And then back through center. And we're gonna roll those shoulders up and around for one. Up and around for two. And up and around for three. Now, I'm gonna have you hang on just for 1 second, because I'm giving you one more homework assignment. So we know we're gonna try and pull the towel with our toes, right? Yes, Michelle, we got it. So bossy. And then the next movement that we do, I want you to go, and this is when we're not on camera, you're gonna go to the wall, and I want you to try to push the wall away while you keep your heel down on the floor to get a back body stretch. Okay, but we're gonna do that later. All right, for now, you guys are done. You did amazingly well, so give yourself another pat on the back. And that is it! You did it! Woo! Yay! Woo! Woo! You did it. So now, imagine I'm a wall. I'm pressing against a wall. I want you to see my feet. We'll be really fast, okay? So I'm gonna press my heel down on the floor, and I get to be a mime, all right? So I'm pushing the wall away. My heel is pressing down, and I'm trying to keep my heel in line with my toe. I'm pushing the wall away, right? And then I'll switch. And I'm getting a backline stretch. Does that make sense? And with my upper body, I'm doing this because I'm pushing against a wall. Woo! And I'm trying to push my hips forward so my butt's not back, my hips are forward. And I'm pushing My shoulders aren't in my ears, they're here. And I'm pushing my heel down. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. That is the end of your homework assignment. Toes, pulling, wall, pushing, pulling toes, pushing walls, pulling toes. I'm exhausted. Yes, I did have coffee. Okay, Kayla, what is next for today?
You would ask me that, wouldn't you? Let's see. Today we have Bible study at 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, and then trivia at 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Trivia with Jen. So there's lots of cool rounds to do with trivia. So that will be a fun one this afternoon. So 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, or 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
I hope they answer that question. Why did the chicken cross the road? I mean, I really, really want to know. Is that part of the trivia?
I don't think it is this week, but maybe somebody on here knows. Let me allow them.
Yeah, does anyone know why the chicken crossed the road? No.
Shoes people are wearing these days. To get to the other side.
That would be right. Well, I guess I don't have to make trivia today, but I could do trivia maybe tomorrow. Is there trivia tomorrow, or is it only on Thursdays?
It's only on Thursdays. Trivia Thursdays.
It should be trivia Thursday.
Yeah.
It's over. You get to one question.
Okay.